what kind of idiot would try and cast Will Smith as the genie in Aladdin? You cannot follow Robin Williams.
No, you really can't. And why in the hell would anybody want to put Shaq and Kazam? What the... dude, and Sinbad. Sinbad...
I'm telling that it happened.
It happened.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, me too.
I saw that movie.
Yeah. Oh, hey everybody. This is Fabulous B back again with
Ethan Ulfson
for episode 25. We got 2 more episodes after this, man.
Sinbad played a genie.
So yeah. So and so did Shaq.
And so did Shaq.
Today we are doing the episode for the movie Wishmaster, which was it 1997, I think.
97. Yep.
You know,
with David Divoff.
You know, and my kids weren't even born yet. My oldest son turns 24 today.
My wife wasn't born yet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well, that says something. We're old.
Yeah. Quite. But yeah, the Wishmaster, pretty much, inspired of a Djinn, which in the Islamic faith is either a good Djinn or a bad Djinn, yep, depending on the free will of the Djinn.
Right. And in the movie itself opens up in what, ancient Egypt?
I think it was Afghanistan.
Afghanistan? Okay.
Because they were talking about the sheik.
I remember
and his Djinn.
The headdress and stuff. I remember that. And everybody's killing themselves. I mean, dude's skeleton escapes his body. People are tearing out their own entrails. I mean, just everything was like, it started off fantastic.
Is that what you wish?
What is your wish? So I guess his priest or something traps the Djinn in this crystal.
And the ruby.
Mm-hmm. And this movie is like we said, 1997. This is very 90s.
And if you are a horror movie fanatic, you will definitely recognize the fact of having Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, Tony Todd, who played Candyman, Kane Hodder, who played Jason, and Angus Scrimm, who was the narrator of The Wishmaster, who was in Phantasm. Now that's an action-packed horror movie right there.
And not only that, it was done by Wes Craven. And wait, there's more. There's more. So, did you have any idea that Greg Nicotero was actually the lead prosthetics makeup guy?
Mm-mm.
Greg Nicotero from the Walking Dead.
Yeah. Didn't he also do from Dusk Till Dawn as well?
Dude, he did a shit ton of movies, man. Yeah. I mean, anything that's horror related probably has Greg Nicotero tied to it in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah.
The dude has been around for a hot minute.
Sex machine.
Right? I mean, he even helped Ron Jeremy with his process. I mean, no, wait a second. No, that's a different movie.
No. The Wishmaster.
So that was the adult version of the Wishmaster.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the Wishmaster, like I said, very 90s. The lead woman's hair was definitely like still kind of poofed up, like, the way that people talked, moved, classic.
Well, I loved Wishmaster, and to me, every single person that made a wish got what was coming to them.
Yes.
Except for the woman who tried to sell him the suit.
Okay.
And she said she wanted to be beautiful forever, and he turned her into a mannequin.
Yeah.
She was a sweet person, and she did not see it coming.
She didn't.
And she did not deserve it.
And if the guard would have kept his mouth shut,
I'm
he
telling
probably
you.
would have gotten away with it as well.
Freaking Jason.
That's who that was. That was the guy
that was Kane Hooter.
Okay.
Yep.
All right then. So the Wishmaster was, you know, it was in a league of all its own. There was another person too that we didn't notice. The second security guard at the door towards the end at Robert Englund's party. Did you see who that was?
It was Tony Todd.
Yeah, Candyman.
Yeah. Candyman.
Didn't you just say that?
Yeah, I said that.
God damn it, I don't listen.
It's all right. I come with my facts.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a star-studded movie, and
it was what the genie from Aladdin would be if he could be evil.
Yes.
Let's just go with that. But absolutely wonderful. I mean, the actor from the first two Wishmasters was absolutely phenomenal. Let's not talk about the third, but the first two, like I said, David Divoff, he was the best of all. To have you, what do you wish? Yes. Tell me, what do you want?
Didn't they replace the Djinn with Will Smith in the third one?
Oh God.
Oh shit.
If only they would have learned then.
Right. So, I mean, the movie goes through this whole thing where he runs into different people after he's freed from the ruby.
Yep.
He kills the main lead lady's best friend, and he goes ahead and he kills the dude that the homeless guy, the pharmacist.
The pharmacist. That's why you don't pick on homeless people.
Yep. Because they will wish cancer upon you.
Cancer and die.
So, I mean, in the way that these people died, it was just, this was gruesome all in itself. And they relied a lot on the supernatural element rather than the slasher element.
Yep.
These people didn't die from a killer, so to say, tracking them down and slashing them up. They died from supernatural reasons based on somebody else's wish.
Well, and I mean, it really shows you got to be careful what you wish for. Like the guy in prison, he wanted to get jacked up. He wanted to be stomped to the floor on, this particular narcotic. But
was that the second one? The second
Nope,
movie?
that was the first one when he was in prison.
Really?
Yes. He had gotten locked up in prison, and the big bad guy was, saying that he wanted to get messed up because he thought that he had drugs on him, and his own lackeys ended up stomping him into oblivion.
Oh.
That was the first one.
Right on. So, yeah, the whole entire thing was a premise because somebody was drinking on the job.
Yep.
Caused the statue to break. Dude, after it broke, dude stole the ruby, went on, and that's whenever, Djinn came out of, the Wishmaster came out of his prison. I don't understand why she was connected to it, though. Why was she seeing
I don't
visions?
remember that much. Nope. I just know that with every single death, she saw it.
Yeah. I mean, she saw her sister. She saw, just anytime somebody would die or was in the process of dying, she was seeing it.
She was seeing it. Yep.
Was it whenever she initially got the ruby and she blew on it?
I think so. I think because she owned the ruby and he needed her to make 3 wishes to be able to.
So by her blowing on it and rubbing it on her shirt, that it freed him. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I will say that her acting was horrible.
Oh God, yes. She's not exactly the best of actresses in any movie, for that matter.
No, I haven't seen her in anything else. I mean, even though that it was a star-packed movie, I mean, they still have some relatively no-name people that, were lead characters.
Yeah.
had the sister. I had no idea who the hell she was. Her quintessential 90s Guido boss wanted $1 million. And he got $1 million for his soul. But
at the expense of his mother.
At the expense of his mom, who died in a horrible plane crash, by the way.
Which has nothing to do with Fatal Attraction, of course.
Yeah, right.
It's not the same plane. Or maybe it was.
Maybe that was a side arc. I don't think they had gotten into the whole different worlds of different,
crossovers.
Yeah, kind of like the Conjuring movies and Insidious and Annabelle and all that kind of good shit.
Shazam.
Or was that Kazam?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they could have gotten Dennis Rodman for that movie and it would have been better.
Dennis Rodman. WWE Hall of Famer.
Right? Same with, oh God, what was his name? Was it David Arquette?
David Arquette.
Held the heavyweight title for a little bit.
The things you try to forget.
The downfall of the WCW.
Oh, yeah.
So, to tell you the truth, I mean, Wishmaster, while it was another very well done movie, graphics for what they had.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of over the top 90s stuff that, like the ghosts coming out of the wall was very reminiscent of 90s horror movies. It was
the over the top prosthetics, like when he pushed him through the jail bars.
Yeah.
Like that was the over the top prosthetics of the 90s.
Yep.
And not needing CGI or anything of that sort to make a great horror movie.
So I mean, there was once again there was a lot of practical effects in this one.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of
whole lot of gore,
whole lot of blood. Yep. And it all took her last wish for him to be put back
into the ruby. Yep.
I would but I would like to see a reimagining of that movie.
Yeah, but you gotta have the original actor.
Absolutely.
Can't do it any other way.
And another thing too, everybody that was in that movie, the top stars and stuff, they played, main characters or whatever. Yeah. I would like to see them even as a background character in the movie, like little Easter eggs to the original.
Yeah.
I think that with today's technology and it could either be done very well or very poorly.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen shitty movies, Leprechaun in the Hood and Winnie the Pooh.
And then we've seen great movies that have terrible remakes.
True. But then again, we've seen good remakes too, like The Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead. Yeah, that was good.
I like the remake. The remake was very well done.
I don't think they could remake Army of Darkness, though.
No, they couldn't.
Couldn't do it.
No. I mean, you can't replace Bruce Campbell.
No. And you cannot, I repeat, for everyone listening, you cannot replace Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger.
That I will definitely give an amen to that one, because
I will die on that hill and I will defend that hill.
That remake of that particular, the Nightmare on Elm Street, it wasn't even a remake. It was a reimagining, which was absolute dog shit. So, I mean,
in my opinion, and I will say this, in my opinion, you can put anyone behind a mask.
Yes.
Robert Englund was a face.
Exactly.
It's like trying to redo Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
Without it being Anthony Hopkins.
Exactly.
You can't do it unless it's a prequel.
So that was Red Dragon, wasn't it? That was
Red
the prequel?
Dragon was one of them. Hannibal Rising was another.
Yeah. I think Red Dragon was the first one that focused on him whenever he was young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How he was caught. But I digress.
Right. So, just a little break in between here that, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Make sure that you hit all the buttons. Watch us on YouTube. Listen to us on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all that kind of good shit. So make sure you hit all those buttons. But going back to Wishmaster, and doing a reboot and everything, I mean, it's almost 30 years old at this particular point.
Yeah.
Next year
would be 30 years.
It would be 30 years. If you haven't seen this movie, by the way, and you're concerned about all the spoilers that we've just been dropping, you know what?
Get out from under your rock.
Yeah. Go take a walk off a shore pier.
Realize that Sinbad played a genie.
Yeah. And Shaq did too.
And it was a very scary movie. Ask Carmen Electra.
Yep. So that was in a scary movie, wasn't it?
Scary movie. What's your favorite scary movie? Kazam. That's not a scary movie. You've never seen Shaq act.
And there was another reference to another basketball player almost in that very same scene where she's a black guy that's gonna kick your ass. The one that dresses like a woman.
How did you know?
Turned on the back porch.
Ended up being Prince. Not him.
I mean, I fucked him once, but
that's it.
Oh my gosh, man! They had the movies that we watch, man.
Cannot wait for the new scary movie with the Wayans brothers. And thank you.
And I'm gonna go on record and say this right fucking now. I don't give two shits about why people want to cancel this movie, because if this movie needs to happen.
I'm planning on buying 2 tickets for me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
I can buy his own ticket, but me, myself is going to have 2 tickets. Because this is just that movie you need to go see.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's one of those movies that, we waited for so long. Was it after the third one, the Wayans brothers weren't a part of it anymore?
I don't even know if they were a part of the third one.
I think
the second one definitely. I don't remember much of them have anything to do with the third one, but yeah, I'm gonna bring my wife and kids to watch this new scary movie because it's definitely worth it.
I've let all of my kids. We've all watched the scary movies together. Yeah, that one and Marlon Wayans' spoof on Paranormal Activity.
Oh yeah, that was a funny one. Yeah, yeah.
And that one was fucking hilarious. Whenever he had Annabelle on the bed.
Yeah. Poor Annabelle.
Poor Annabelle. She didn't deserve that.
No, she didn't.
Well, but then again, she turned into a crazy side piece.
That definitely had me remembering a couple of my exes. Oof.
So, Wishmaster. Definitely watch it. It's definitely worth the time and the energy. It's on the Roku channel right now for free.
Watch the first one, watch the second one. Don't bother with the third one.
Yeah. I think there's more, though, isn't there?
I think it's only the 3.
Only the 3?
I don't know.
Okay. Because I know that they started... That was also in the 90s where they started running things, like they thought that they had the big thing, so they just kept doing movies after movies after movies.
Yeah, the straight to TV movies.
And didn't really give a shit about how well they were done. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning into Scream Freaks. Thank you, Ethan, for hanging out with me yet again.
Thank you much.
And until next time, you know what? Hold on a second. Before I do this, while you're listening and you're at the end of this episode, fucking hit those subscribe buttons, man. I'm telling you.
That is what he wishes.
That's my wish. Stay spooky, everybody. Have a good night.